Hi everyone. Fantastic. So I know there's only not too many of us here today, but I just wanted to tell you a little bit about my son, Femi over there, our experience of the Raspberry Jam community and how we kind of got really inspired to kind of set up our own Raspberry Jam in South London. So, as you saw, all behind you is just images. I thought, let me just show you the images of the jams that we've run, and I'll talk to you about stuff. So, my name's Grace Owolade Coombes. My son Femi, who's hiding over there, is my very soon to be 11. His birthday's tomorrow. And about a year ago, we set up the South London Raspberry Jam, and we've been going for about a year. We've had 4 jams. Well, we've had 3 jams and 1 family hack day. I haven't got background in coding or web design or anything like that. I'm actually a maths teacher, and but I've got a son that's been really interested in robots and coding, of course Minecraft. And so for me to kind of find out what it's all about, we decided to go to some events, and from that we got really inspired to just do a bit more. Femi had a really good experience with hacking Minecraft, various free events that have been going on. Actually, it was in York, was the first one, the National STEM Centre. I think the first jam that we went to was the South End Jam with Andy, who's been really supportive of our projects. And Femi had such a great time that he really wanted other people to have that same experience. You know, when you go for the first time and you go on Minecraft and you hack it, or you do some physical computing and you get an LED light to blink, it's like such a fantastic kind of experience, that introduction to coding. We wanted other kids to have that same experience. We do it because I'm quite an adventurous person, and I'd go out and find out what's going out in the community, but other people from less fortunate backgrounds tend to not have that access to these amazing things. So we wanted to help with that. So Femi has Tourette's syndrome, mild Tourette's syndrome, and he has a Tourette's group that he thought that the boys in his Tourette's group, they were just boys then, would love to do coding. They would love it. They all like Minecraft, but they wouldn't go to an event because they'd feel a bit uncomfortable with their condition. And so Femi said, "Mum, can we set up a coding event that is autism and Tourette's friendly, so people can come and feel comfortable with doing it, because I'm sure they'd really enjoy doing Minecraft and coding." So we went for it, didn't we, Femi? I went and did a Pi Academy. Have you heard of Pi Academy? I'm lucky because I'm a teacher. I used the fact that I was a teacher to get onto this free training course run by the Raspberry Pi Foundation. I did 2 days, this no experience, 2 days of coding, and I accidentally, tweeted, "Oh, I just got Pi certified," and then I got a whole heap of people saying, "Come and run a workshop, come down here, come there." I'm like, "But I only did 2 days," and so we got a call, didn't we, Femi, from Covent Garden Jam, and they said, "Please come and run a physical computing workshop for us, or a workshop for us." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" And they were like, "Yes." And I said, "Okay." There was one workshop I did at Raspberry Pi Foundation, which was fantastic. It was a physical computing one, and I taught it Femi, and then we both went to Covent Garden Jam, and we ran the workshop together. We've done it ourselves, made sure that we knew what we're doing, and then, to be honest, the kids do it themselves. We find that the kids are really good at problem solving themselves, and Femi's particularly good at it, better than me actually. So we decided, okay, we're going to have our own jam, let's do that, let's go ahead. We were thinking, well, we haven't got any equipment, we haven't got any venue or anything like that, and I haven't got any background knowledge. Can we still do it? And the answer was really yes, because we linked up with all the other communities, the other jams, and we went to their jams, learned what they were doing, asked lots of questions, made really fantastic contacts, and then someone said to us, why don't you do crowdfunding? Why didn't you set something up to get a bit of money, to get a few pies, a few computer screens and things? So have you heard of Indiegogo? So that's what we did. They said, it's a guy, Andy from Fab Lab, London. He said, Grace, if you do an Indiegogo crowdfunding thing, we'll put a bit of money in. We'll send you some money and we'll send it to our contacts, you know. So Femi went ahead, didn't you, Fems? He did a little video, a 2-minute video about him having his Tourette's, loving coding and wanting other kids to have that same experience. We decided 2 weeks because the event was in 4 weeks' time. We gave it a limit of 2 weeks, the actual fundraising campaign, and our aim was for £500, and we got that within 4 days. In fact, we got £1,200 in 2 weeks. It was fantastic, and the nice thing about it was we had really, by having a campaign, we managed to we went on Twitter, and we got a bit of, people got to know what we were doing, and we had really good kind of ways of communicating with people, working through the campaign. So really, it wasn't just the money, it was actually the networks that we made and the connections that we made as well. And then because we've been going to lots of the other jams, like these, CamJam, actually I have to say the CamJams have been fantastic. So this has been one of the key places where I've come and networked with people and talked to Pi Hut and Pimaromi and Rapid. Who else is here today? Piborg. So they're all, come down and chat with them, talk to them, telling them what we're doing, and they're all kind of donated at various times during the year, have donated stuff to us. And CamJam as well, kindly, when we very first started up, those little CamJam edu-kits, you know, you're welcome. If you've not heard of any of these things, please come and ask me later on, but they're just £5, and they're just got all the physical computer things you need to do a workshop, to do an introductory workshop, and we just use those, you know, initially. I'd never been on Twitter, but when I was at the Pi Academy, we tweeted pictures from a camera, so I had to set up a Twitter account then. That was the first time I ever used it. I couldn't see the point of it really before then. But I found Twitter's been a really important feature of getting out there and into the community about what we are and what we do. So setting up a Twitter account has been brilliant. Social media is just so much part of this community that you've got to kind of get on board with that as well. Yeah, so we even went to PyCon. Do you know PyCon? It's like a big, every year they have this big festival, and just luckily, I think it was just before we did our Indiegogo campaign, we went to PyCon. There was a kids' day, and we said, can we just nip into the main conference? And Femi said, we need some cables and we need some of these things. Can you empty your pockets, all of you here? Any loose change, can you put it in our bag, you know? And we got 270 quid, you know, just from people getting a couple of quid out. And there was OSPA, which is a startup company that do banking for kids. And they love what we were doing. They were great. They gave us £500. That's one of the first, maybe about the third donation that we got on Indiegogo. We got £500 from them, and they come every single jam that we do. They get their staff come down and kind of help out, and so it's really nice having that connection as well. Yes, so I don't think you need to have lots and lots of experience, but I do think that you need to get immersed in the coding community. That, to me, that's the crucial thing. Networking, working with each other. And we go out, it's about give and take as well. So we go out and do workshops for other Raspberry Jams. So next week, Femi's doing, aren't you, a robot hack in Sittingbourne. And then on Sunday, he's doing a robot hack, the same one, in Horsham. So these guys hack Horsham. we're doing stuff for them. So it's not just about taking, it's about just giving as well. So we spend a lot of time running events. Femi's run Moss Fest. Have you know Mozilla? Yeah, they have the educational arm of Firefox. So Femi's been running for the past 2 years. He's been running robot workshops there as well. And again, that's really nice, and it's a really great way of networking and just being part of the community. So it's really important to do that. The social media, getting immersed in the community, you know, helping other people out. Really, that first workshop, we didn't know what we were doing, but we were willing to help. I wouldn't say that we were 100% successful in our first workshop, you know, but we had people who said thank you at the end of it. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. And we only did kind of 5 or 6 different workshops, but they were really introductory ones. So as long as you work it out yourself and you've done it yourself, you can deliver it to other people. I mean, I'm lucky because I've got experience from teaching, so I'm quite good at being able to teach something. But then we had a lot of volunteers. So there's quite a lot of volunteers come and run our workshops, and we've got a network of volunteers that usually come every time actually and run sessions. We've got companies like Kano. Have you heard of Kano? They have like these computer kits. They're really kind of quite cool actually, quite expensive, but really good little computer kits around the Raspberry Pi. They come and run workshops. We even did a jam at their headquarters in East London. Even though we're South London Raspberry Jam, we kind of shifted across to get into this really amazing techie space for the kids to have that really great experience. So, venues. We make sure it's free. All our events are free. We don't charge for them. I mean, sometimes people do decide to charge a small amount just so that people don't book tickets and then don't turn up. If they've paid a nominal amount of money, they're more likely to turn up. For us, we don't charge. And all the events are free. It's all volunteer-led. We've got our equipment now. It's lasted the whole year. We don't have to spend very much money to run a jam. And we always get events for free. So we've done it in a library, we've done it in a small community centre, we've done it in a tech startup environment, and we've done one with a Lambeth Communication Learning Centre. These CLCs used to be these kind of digital learning centres in London. There used to be one in every borough, and now, because of all the cutbacks, there's about 10 left in the country or something. And 2 left in London, and there was one working in Lambeth. They said they wanted to work with us, so we did a family hack day with them, which was great because they had amazing Minecraft servers and Lego Mindstorm. They had a lot of resources that we utilised. We do make all ours inclusive. Like CamJam, we've got an inclusion policy. It's really important to encourage people of a diverse nature to try and come, because sometimes you don't want to just replicate yourselves. You want to try and reach out to everybody. Obviously, it's not so bad for me because, you know, I'm BME, so it's quite easy for me to try and almost already I'm going to have that ease of people wanting to come to the jams from black and ethnic minority communities because they see me. But for others, it's really important to think about how you encourage people from different backgrounds, because what I feel is it's really important not to have, maybe if someone goes to an event and they're black and they're the only black person in the event, you want to make sure that you're really friendly and welcoming, because if they have a negative experience, you might put them off for a really long time. That's not what we're trying to do. So that's the other thing about going out to certain groups, even if it's out of your comfort zone, try and get that real diverse range of people in. I think that's really important. We work in partnership with Tourette's Action and a really great company called Ambitious About Autism. So we partnership with them. So all our events, we advertise through their channels as well. So the Tourette's Action advertise it. The autism, we've got various autism bodies that whenever we do something, they send it out in their social media and their newsletters. I love it. It's very nice, and the event's always really, really great. When people come, because we said it's autism and Tourette's friendly, parents feel really reassured that they can come in with their kids and the kids have a difficult time because of their condition, they know that they've got a breakout space, they can go out, kind of get themselves together again and come back, and it's okay. So it's something that we're very proud of, and it really makes a real feel of community inclusion when we have our events. It's really pleasurable. Yeah, volunteers, that's the hard one, isn't it? The volunteers. If you're thinking of setting up a Raspberry Jam, please come and talk to us, come and talk to Mike, Tim. There's quite a few people. Andy, is he still here? Andy up here. He's like my mentor. So his was the first Raspberry Jam, this guy at the top. The first Raspberry Jam that we ever went to was at Andy's in Southend. And I just spoke to him saying that I'm interested in running an event. I'd like to do it. And he said, oh, yeah, we'll come down and help you. You know, and I'm sure, or they give you workshop ideas, you know, very sharing. I think that's really important as well, to take advantage of that to begin with is really helpful. Yeah, so, do you want to say anything for me? No. Yeah, you wouldn't say. So, our first jam, 70 people in a library, Deptford Library, which is kind of like a really nice done-up library, but it was kind of a bit hectic because it was a lot of people in a public space. But it was nice to have it in a public space, because if you have it in a school, then kids from other schools kind of don't feel very comfortable about coming in. But if you do a coding event or code club in a local library, it's more of a place where people feel like they can come to. And also, libraries tend to be in places where you can get to quite easily. They tend to be quite good transport things, 5 minutes. So we had 70 people in our first jam. It was really fantastic. David Well came. I did some sessions with Minecraft, and that's really good. The second jam, we made it local, and we did it in a local community centre in a council estate area, and because we wanted to think about that inclusion thing. And we did a CamJam Educate 3. We did robots, and so many people said, "Don't do robots. What are you, crazy? You know, are you experienced? Do you know what you're doing?" No, we don't. Me and Femi, we got CamJam Educate 3, and we worked it out ourselves. And when we got stuck, we tweeted Mike, I think. It was "Oh, we're following your worksheet, and we don't know. We're stuck here." I think it was about 10 o'clock at night, and he responded, "All right, send a snapshot of what you code," or I can't remember what it was, but he just replied straight away. It was really fantastic, and then we was able to kind of. Sometimes it's about making sure you've got the latest update on the SD card on the Raspberry Pi, and there's lots of common errors and difficulties that you come across that anyone who runs workshops will come across the same problem. So when you go out there, they say, "Oh, it's because this line's changed, change this line." So that was really, really fantastic. So we did a robot workshop, and everyone, little kids, so ours is from 5 to 15 group, ours is a young Raspberry Jam, and all the kids that made their robots, they got them moving, didn't they, Femi? It was like quite amazing. We were amazed ourselves. But it was the parents getting involved as well. So it was children and parents working together. It was lovely. Occasionally the kids might have gone off and come back again. I admit that, it was quite difficult. But we did it, and we did soldering. So we did a bit of soldering as well, making little badges and helping the kids to solder, little project, and they can wear the badge at the end of that. I think Ragworm do that. They're really cheap, £2-3 kits. And then we did Minecraft, hacking Minecraft. That's a really, as long as you've got computers, screens and keyboards and your Raspberry Pis, they're always, if you go to Raspberry Pi Foundation and their website, you can download the worksheets for that. Then our third jam was at Kano. So Kano said, "Come, we love what you're doing." They're a bit American. "Come down, we love what you're doing." That's not American accent, is it? And we did it, our third workshop there, and it was amazing. And we decided to do, have you heard of Unity? So game makers. So some of our kids are really good at coding, and they've done the Minecraft thing, and they've come to every one of our jams. So it's quite important to acknowledge that and do a bit of progression. So we did a Unity workshop from a guy came down from Brighton. Again, I got hold of him through networking. And we did BBC Microbit and was it Cody? What's that? Kodu. Yeah, so we did a BBC Microbit in Kodu. We do sessions for parents as well, separate sessions for parents, introduction to the BBC Microbit. And our fourth event was just working within the community of Lambeth, doing a hack day for kids that have autism or Tourette's. And it was a bit small, about 20, 30 kids then. Love it. It's tiring. We haven't done one for a little while, and we're hoping to get the momentum again in January, February. It is exhausting, isn't it? It's like really fantastic. Never feel that it's not going to be a good day. It will always be, because the kids do it themselves. It's you providing space for them, and they enjoy themselves. For us, it's exhausting. By the time that you kind of get to the day, you're kind of really tired on the day. You're like, oh, you know. But it's really rewarding, and I really do recommend, if you are interested in setting up a Raspberry Jam, just go ahead and do it, and don't think about it twice. Make sure that you use your social media. If you want to get some sponsorship and things like that, please network with the people that you want to ask for donations from, rather than just emails. You come to events like this and you talk to people in person, and they build a relationship with you, and they'll probably be right behind what you're doing, rather than just sending out tweets or emails. That's more effective for me, is you actually meet people in person, talk to them about what you're doing. That's it. Any questions at all?
I've got something to say.
Oh, funny.
Also, if you want to know a bit more about any of the jams we've done, you can check out my blog, which is hackerfemo.com.
Oh, yes. So Femi, since he's 9, he's been doing a blog just to record all the fantastic things he's been doing. And so I've got some handouts here, some calling cards. And the bottom one is hackerfemo.com. Femi, do you want to come and hand these out? Well, can you tell me, is anyone interested in setting up a jam or run a jam already? Can you put your hand up if you're interested? Or volunteering? Yes, thank you. A few of you. Have you got any questions, or do you want to come and volunteer at our place? You're welcome to, by the way. But
well, to be honest, what I really need is someone to set a jam up near me that I can help with.
Yeah.
So I don't really have enough time to set up and run one.
yeah, so what do you say?
Just near Colchester.
Yeah. I mean, I know what you mean, because I work full time. I've got 2 young kids, and I do kind of like 2 other jobs as well. And then I do get jams on top of that. It isn't easy, but I think you're right. I think it's about networking, finding a group of people. You know, is anyone here? What area?
It's near Colchester. I've actually got a venue, because somebody from the University of Essex has said that they will supply the venue.
Wow.
Talk to Andy. Andy Colchester.
I did mention it to Andy.
Right, up here.
A bit too far away for him, unfortunately.
Well, we can, let's we'll try and help you with that. And you're on Twitter?
No.
Right, so if you get on Twitter as well, it's a fantastic way of really instantly accessing the community.
I'll contact you.
We've loved it. It's been really great. Anyone else? Any questions?
I'd just like to say it's a very inspirational thing to do.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, but you know what? It's actually really good fun. It's really quite enjoyable, really. And it's just when you see kids that learn how to turn a LED light and flash it and blink it, and then wow, to me that's transformative learning. And it's very hard to achieve that in your teaching job, all the time. But I really love doing this in the community centre. I feel it must be very hard in the schools to do this, actually. It's really difficult. But I think it fits very nicely in the informal community setting, actually, where we can choose what we want to do and the kids can dip in and out of things. So it is, I love it. I think I'd find it really hard to incorporate it in I teach maths. I could do maths and interaction and things like that, but somehow there's so many demands, it's hard to then integrate it. I should do, really. But yeah, thank you very much.